guys, it's me Stace. I am back today with another Friday PIP, which is our Pinterest inspired project. Today we are making this really simple card. You can see there's embossing there and some stamping. I also did the inside as well. Alright, so the first thing you will need is a piece of cardstock for the base of the card. This is 4 1/4 by 11. I scored that at 5 1/2 to create the card base. Then we'll need the layers for the top of the card. You will need a piece of the same color cardstock you're using for the base. This is 2 inches by 5 1/2. A piece of white cardstock, 2 1/4 by 5 1/2. Another white that measures 1 3/4 by 5 1/2. We're going to stamp on that one. It's going to layer on top of that one there, and then layer on there. Okay, that's how that's going to be. Then we need a piece of white cardstock for the inside. This is 4 by 5 1/4. So I'm going to set all that aside and bring in this piece here to stamp on it. And the stamps that I'm using is from May Made It. It is called a Floral Kaleidoscope. Using that image there, that one, and also the Thinking of You greeting. And I'm using 2 different colors of ink, like a little green color and also an orange color. And I have the larger flower on my block. I'm going to stamp that in the green. I'm going to go to my red one or my orange color. And do another orange one over here. Let's go back to the green. Another green over here at the bottom, and then just kind of fill in with our orange a little bit there and a little bit right here. There we go. Looks pretty good. We can go ahead and close all that up. Alright, we're going to take this one and glue that to the brown layer. For that I'm using my ATG gun. Line that up right in the middle of the brown. Making sure I'm straight, centered, and all that good stuff. Okay, we're going to layer that onto the white piece. And again, the white piece here was 1 3/4 by 5 1/2. The brown was 2 inches by 5 1/2. And this one here is 1 or 2 1/4 by 5 1/2. And I'll have all the measurements in the video. Alright, and then layer this one on top of that white one. Again, make sure I'm straight, centered. I want to hold it up a little bit. There we go. Much easier to see when you kind of hold it up. Alright, so we have that done. Now we're going to take our card base and we're going to emboss the card front. For that I'm using the Stampin' Up! Dot folder. And I'm going to line it up this way. I'm going to just kind of put it in there until I got the fold. So I basically folded it in half on the bottom of that. I'm going to run it through my Big Shot real quick. You can also use your Cuttle Bug. So I have my plate on the bottom, a plate on the top. I'm going to run that through real quick. You can use any embossing folder you want. Alright, so when that is done, it looks like that. Really pretty, right? Alright, we are done with the embossing. Let's grab this piece here. Now before we go ahead and attach that to the card, I'm going to tie some twine around it. I'm just using this baker's twine from Best Creations. I'm going to take a little bit off, cut it, grab some Scotch tape. I'm going to go from the back of the card, or the back of this piece, toward the top. Just tape that down. I'm going to grab another piece of tape as well. I'm going to have this go around 3 times. So I'm first going to go across straight, and then come toward the bottom and go around, and then go to the top and come around as well. And then just tape that off and then cut the extra part off. And there we have it, super cute. Alright, I have a scrap piece of white, and I'm going to grab the Thinking of You greeting from that same stamp set. And this time I'm going to grab some brown ink. I'm going to stamp that down in the brown ink. It says Thinking of You. Now you can cut this out if you want to. I'm actually going to use a punch. This is a Stampin' Up! Washi punch, I believe. I'm not sure if they still carry it or not though. You can use any kind of punch you like. If you have a circle punch, you can use that as well. I'm going to take this and kind of flag the end of it. Just by going up the middle and then going to the middle like that. Alright, so now we're ready to attach this to our card front, and again I'm using my ATG gun. I'm going right to the edge of this white piece, and I'm going to line this up on the left side of my card, making sure I'm even at the top. If you put the embossing folder in straight, that kind of helps guide you. I have a little bit of glue on the side. I purposely cut it larger. This way I was able to make sure I fit. So I'm going to go ahead and cut off the extra piece at the bottom. Okay. Alright, so now we have that. And we have our greeting. I'm going to grab some top dots. Put 3 on the back. Now the original card had a clothespin here. I did have a little miniature clothespin. I got them from Michael's. I seem to have lost it here, but I did have a small one and I didn't like it. So I changed it out to add a bow. So we're going to do that. So I'm going to grab that same baker's twine again, cut a chunk of that off. You'll see on my blog the original card. Just kind of loop the ends and make a bow on my hand here. Sometimes it's easier said than done. Alright, so I got the base of the bow. Now I'm just going to bring the ends up, or pull the ends. Yep. There we go. Okay, so pull in that to make the loops not so large. Just give it a squeeze. So I'm tightening up my loops. I'm making them be a little bit smaller still, just by pulling the tails. All right, I think that's about as good as we're gonna get. I'm not a fan of working with twine. I said it before because it kind of ravels and wants to go its own way, but we're gonna be okay with it. So I'm gonna grab the 2 little loops. I'm gonna grab a glue dot. There's my clothespin over there. It was hiding behind my glue dot. Put a glue dot on that. That'll kind of help hold our bow and shape it as well. Alright, bring our card over. I'm going to take the backing off of these guys, give them a squish first. Okay, then place that where you want it. And I want to kind of put this to where it looks like it's attached to that piece there. I want a little angle. Then I can take my bow and put that on top of that. Like that. Okay, then just take your scissors and trim off the extra piece. Isn't that cute? Alright, so there's the clothespin. So I did have the clothespin on there and it was way too big. I mean, I think it's fine to hand out as a gift or a card, but if you want to mail it, I'd rather not use that. Alright, now, you know what I just did? Silly old me. Look at that. That was not, I had a scrap piece of cardstock right here. That was the part for the inside. So hang on guys, I need to cut another piece of cardstock. Alrighty, so again the white measures 4 by 5 1/4. So I'm going to just grab that and cut it down to be 5 1/4. And then just cut that piece to 4. That's kind of funny, I use my, okay. Alright, so now we have the inside of the card. I'm going to stamp this as well. So I'm going to bring this over, grab those same inks. Again, I'm using an orange color and a mint color. I'm going to grab my larger flower first and the mint. Stamp that toward the bottom. I'm going to stamp it twice, kind of like on each end. Then take the one that has the orange, kind of stamp that right there. Isn't that pretty? Just so it adds some interest to the inside of the card as well. Alright, flip it over and glue it down. It's a real simple card, right? Love these kind of cards. Alright, so what do you guys think? We have that one there and that one there. Alright guys, there you have it. Today's Pinterest inspired project. Any questions at all, please let me know. As always, thanks so much for watching. Have a great day and I will see you guys next time. Bye bye.